So I'm here in the outskirts of Glasgow. I'm just about to see Maki and their partner Ren. Maki is a composer, programmer and an all-round nerd, and they've invited us to come to their house. Hi Ren, how are you? Good to see you. Where's Maki?
Maki, that's an hour here.
Is she in here? Maki.
No.
Morning, sunshine. How are you? It's Al. We're here to film. I think she might need a cup of coffee, Ren.
You're not my mom. You can't tell me what
I'm certainly not your mom, but I'm still here to film. So let's go, sunshine.
My name is Maki Yamazaki. I'm trans and a games developer, self-taught engineer, queer, musician, artist, mentor, night owl.
So, what are we doing today, Maki?
I thought we might work on this. Do a lot of fixing of computers, and this one has some faults. I hate it when old tech is just kind of like relegated to die and it doesn't have to, especially stuff like this that's very easy to fix.
So this is a usual activity in the morning for you?
Yeah, pretty much. It's really relaxing kind of working with this sort of thing. Though it requires knowledge, it doesn't require too much thinking. Almost meditative, you know, it sort of gives me time to think about life, the universe and everything else whilst I'm fixing old tech.
Why do you love doing this so much?
Part of it is just kind of like that innate curiosity that I've had since I was a kid. I used to love taking things apart, you know, much I'm sure to my parents' dismay. Part of it as well is making sure that things like this don't end up in a skip. A lot of people say to me, oh, this technology is obsolete, but I love them, and there are lots of people who still love these devices, and I think we're getting to the point where nostalgia is starting to kick in. It's kind of past that point where they're old and now they're vintage.
So what exactly does this do?
It can do anything your heart desires. Back in the day, these were used for a lot of tasks. These days, a lot of people play games on them, but what I really like doing is programming them. These kind of computers are really good for learning to program on because you just turn it on and you're presented with the programming environment.
Alright, so let's fire this thing up then.
This is the memory testing screen, and normally it would boot into, oh gosh, that looks bad. Something is obviously drastically wrong with the RAM, and so I'm going to attempt to fix it today.
So did you do a lot of this growing up as well?
Yeah, mostly I would take things apart and have a look and sort of see how they work.
A bit like Björk did in her famous video.
Yes.
Where she takes apart the TV. She's like, oh, it looks like a tiny city.
I've switched the TV off, and now I want to see how it operates. This is what it looks like. Look at this. This looks like a city, like a little model of a city. And all the houses which are here, and streets. This is maybe an elevator to go up there. And here are all the wires.
It made me wince so much watching that video, but it was really good.
So what was it like growing up for you? Did you know, when you were taking apart things that you were trans?
Being trans became more apparent as I got older. I always knew deep down, but I didn't understand how gender operates in society, probably because I was too busy doing stuff like this. As a kid, I didn't fit in for so many reasons. Being trans was only one of them. I didn't think it was weird to have friends who were girls and kind of to want to wear dresses. I don't really wear dresses that much these days, contrary to popular belief about trans women. And my parents never tried to exclude me from social activities, but I was always just much happier doing this. Kind of part of who I am.
At what time did you realize that you were trans?
That is a good question. I didn't really know what being trans meant when I was younger. For the longest time, it feels I just kind of accepted that this is the way life is and that I have to just put up with it. When I was about 16, I discovered what help I could actually get to really live my life properly. Everything before then just seems like such a horrible blur of awfulness.
Did people not take you as seriously as a trans person because of your disability?
I think maybe there's an assumption that if you're both disabled and queer, you can't be two things at once. Well, I'm a person of colour as well. You know, I'm a unique mix of lots of different things, and it's just the way I am. Sometimes I fear one day people's minds will just start exploding everywhere because they will realise that the world doesn't operate exactly as they see the world.
Everybody needs to be able, not only to be able to access, you know, the discussion, but they need to be physically able to access the spaces as well. It seems like such a given thing that people would do that, but there are still so many problems with inclusion of especially disabled people within the trans community.
Let's say you hold an event and you're not sure if anyone in a wheelchair is going to come. If you make it accessible, you can find out whether or not people actually arrive, and it may not be like your first choice of venue, but if I can't go, how is it any choice for me? Right, well, it's time to start soldering.
Safety precautions first. What are your plans for the future, Maki? What's coming up next for you?
It's been a really difficult year for me, and right now I'm just trying to focus on being glad that, you know, I have lovely people in my life and keep myself working on something that I'm interested in. I often think about what our needs as people are, and the idea of fun and recreation and art is often undervalued and appreciated, and it's hard for me to imagine a world where those things don't exist. The way I see it is, what is even the point of eating and breathing and seeking shelter if we don't have those things in our lives? Focus on being happy, not at the expense of others, and trying to make everybody happy as much as possible. And even though these computers can seem very obsolete, if people enjoy making them and they're learning and being engaged, who's to say that they're obsolete in any way? For me, these machines deserve to be alive, and we don't need to be buying the next phone upgrade. You know, we could be focusing on what is really important, which is having a good time, enriching our souls, being good to one another, and looking after everyone in society. I guess doing this kind of stuff really gives you a lot of time to think.